Happy Friday, friends! Here is our what we're reading for this week. Bear with me, I'm trying to do this before my kids take a nap, so who knows how this will actually go. Starting with what we finished this week, first is The Gift of Fear that I was working on last week. I finished this. I did not like it. It was really awful. I believe on Goodreads I gave it 1 star. It was extremely repetitive, and it felt very self-glorifying to the author. The whole book was basically like, follow your instincts, listen to your gut, and here's a story about why Gavin de Becker is a superhero. I just didn't care. It was terrible. I finished the 2nd volume of Scott Pilgrim last weekend. It was super good. I've been waiting for volumes 3 and 4 to come in for me at my library. They're here, so I'm going to go pick those up today. Joe the Barbarian was pretty awful. I'm pretty sure I gave this 1 star as well. Joe the Barbarian was basically about Joe is diabetic and he goes into hypoglycemic shock, and the whole story, all the issues are about how he hallucinates, I guess, and all these crazy things happen, and he's fighting bad guys, and I don't even really know what was going on. It was so strange and random and just out there, and guys, I like strange, random, out there. I do. This was just way out there. Like, I'm gonna call it nonsensical. It was nonsensical. I read this book to the boys actually just this morning, Lost and Found, 3 dog stories by Jim LaMarche. This was okay. I really enjoyed the illustrations, very pretty. It's 3 different stories about kids and their dogs. This just about gave me a heart attack. In the very first story, this little girl gets in trouble and she crawls out of her window and runs away with her dog. Really wish I had not read that to my psychotic 3-year-old, but okay, not bad. Zooming along to what I'm currently reading, I started Rose Madder. I'm about 200 pages in. That's about halfway. I am loving it. This is the first time I feel like Stephen King has written a female character that was really strong, really impressive. She just has a very well-written personality. She has a lot of character, a very multifaceted personality. Is really good, and I don't want to put this down. I wish that I was not making this video right now and I was instead reading Rose Madder. The rest of these I'm just gonna zip through really fast because we were reading these last week and we're still reading them. I'm still working on Nightmares and Dreamscapes by Stephen King. It's a short story collection. I'm on short story number 16. I just finished the screenplay in here. I think it's called Sorry Right Number. Sorry You Got the Right Number. Something to that effect. It was really good. I enjoyed reading a screenplay. We're still reading the kids' story Bible, and we're still reading this collection of stories for boys. We just read one this morning that was about outer space, which my boys are not yet really into the whole space thing, so it was meh, so. This weekend I'm going to read, this is the 6th volume of Berserk by some guy that I can't pronounce because this is Japanese manga. Berserk is really old school manga. It's really violent and yeah, I don't have anything really nice to say about it, but I really like it and it's really good. It's just not a very it's not very, you know, rainbows and unicorns. Very violent. It's about war, it's about demons, but it's action packed and it goes super fast and I just love it. It's a good story. I'm also going to read I believe this is the 7th volume of Fables. Fables is the story of all the, fairy tale characters have escaped they call them the homelands, and they're now living in New York in a place that they call Fabletown. If you think about sort of like Once Upon a Time, which I stopped watching after like the second season, so correct me if I'm really off, but it's kind of like that show, Once Upon a Time. It's really good. Obviously, still reading it. I really love the, it's a comic, it's in full color. I really love the art. And then next week, I'm going to start Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. I did not originally even know what this was about. Like I said in my last video, I'm just reading through all of Stephen King's books in order of publishing date. So Dolores Claiborne was next on my list. My library didn't have it, strange enough, so I bought it. Did not know what it was about, but actually it sounds like, what is this place called? Oh, okay, it's set on Little Tall Island, which when I read this dust cover this morning, I was like, wait a minute, I know that name. What is that from? I actually just read a short story about that about the same place in Nightmares and Dreamscapes. But I checked and it's not the same main character, but it is set in the same town, and it kind of sounds like from the dust cover that it's during the same event that takes place in the short story. So I'm pretty excited to start this. So I'll let you guys know how this goes. That is super fast for me. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching again this week. And let me know what you guys are reading. What are you enjoying? Do you have any recommendations for me? Clearly I read a lot. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.